The President of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, has written to the United Kingdom to call the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, in his agitation for Biafra because Nigeria will always remain one indivisible nation. The president disclosed that the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable and Nigeria will remain one despite the current challenges facing the country. Nnamdi Kanu has dual citizens, Nigeria and United Kingdom. He is currently in the United Kingdom preaching division message in Nigeria through his social media handles. The United Kingdom should call Nnamdi Kanu to order. If not, we will work for his repatriation to Nigeria. The eastern parts of Nigeria are experiencing developmental progress under my administration, and the Igbos are solidly behind me to unite Nigeria and work hard to overcome our various challenges, he said. Nnamdi Kanu has early stated that he has been invited by the United Nations to discuss Biafra and he will solicit for the support of the international community for the final restoration of Biafra. So guys, if there's anything to go by with whether Buhari wrote to the United Kingdom or whatever, if there's anything to go about with what we are hearing, if there's anything to go, if there's anything we should say concerning that, I have always been asking that question. When has it become a problem? When has it become a crime? When people say they want to go their separate ways, there are things that can lead to that. With all the things that are happening now, somebody can write the UK as what, because he has a dual citizens. Even what about the UK themselves that left EU? What happened? Did they get their heads? And some people will start before. Oh my God! Some people can just twist a lot of things. They will tell you, oh, UK is a country of its own. You know, they joined other countries. That how can you be talking a country in a country? Is it a crime? Has it not been done before? Has it not happened before? Because the way Amanachi they make this thing to seem as if, oh, is, you know, if not, it's the next thing. Of course, is that not what one of the things they are even charging him for? Treasonable felony. Treasonable felony. People are talking, some people are at one corner talking about restructuring. They will still come and say, oh, these people, they are not, they don't want the good of the country. Then they talk about restructuring. They themselves are talking about one Nigeria, or the, what is it called? That Nigeria remains one indivisible nation. Like this, with this kind of a thing, the people that you are writing to, is that the way their country is? If they are even supporting one Nigeria, they themselves that left EU, why did they leave EU? Because they felt they were tired. They brought a lot of things. These are some of the things that are, you know, are happening in Nigeria. And some of the things in other way happening that they don't like. Whatever you don't like is what you don't like. What I don't like, if I feel that I don't like it, you cannot compel me to like it. And if you don't like something, I can't compel you to like it. We have a lot of things, different things happening that you don't like. And you can't tell the person that, no, you must like this thing. You must do it this way. We are different. I don't know where it is written in any constitution, whether the word constitution or any country's constitution, that if you talk about, you know, going your separate way, it is it is an offense or a criminal offense that you must not talk about. That a lot of things are happening in under your watch, that the Southeast is progressing. It's progressing structurally. A lot of projects are ongoing. Is that what we are talking about? Can they really confirm that? Can they really confirm that that is what we are talking about? Or somebody is writing on his behalf? Because even when they talked about this a 1 million march, it was a different ballgame entirely. We started hearing a lot of people, or seeing a lot of people writing, commenting, talking, and what have you. Those who were talking about the disease in town, that they should not allow them to embark on that 1 million march because of a one disease or the other. Now the disease has come to Nigeria. Now they are telling them to stay back at home. Everybody should have avoid gathering. No, they don't want to do that now. Now it has landed in Nigeria. They don't want to do that. The hypocrisy in this country, it is what is leading us to where we don't even plan, to what we don't even want to experience. Right, Buhari is writing UK that they should call Nnamdi Kanu in his agitation for Biafra. That's what face Nigeria. The issue of Esme is not addressing that. The issue of Esmond, people are crying. The same Southeast have been crying of what they are going through in the hands of the Esme. What has he done? He's not saying anything. The issue of this a disease that is disturbing the whole world, he has not been able to say anything. He's not been able to say anything. Okay, because Nnamdi Kanu has a dual citizenship, so they have to go and report him there. Of course, if those ones, if they are sincere to themselves, if they are not part of what they have been accused of, why would they want to say, oh, because somebody is talking about another country, it is not an offense? Of course, we know that they were the part, or they are the ones that did this formation called Nigeria. Everybody is tired with the way things are being done. Everyone is tired. He has the mindset to write, or the guts to write them, but a lot of things happening in the country. Even the same UK that will still come and tell them about the security challenges we are faced in this country. The next thing they will tell them, oh, we are a sovereign country. You don't need to tell us. You don't know what is happening in the country. The same people, you will still going to be writing them if there's anything to go by with what we are hearing, that he really wrote them. Of course, you can't debunk it because we know that they don't even like Nnamdi Kanu in the first place. They don't like his guts. You don't like his guts. The people who are always coming out to rush and say, oh, the government is right in this, is right in this. Be truthful for yourself that the kind of life you are living in that country, is that the way, people are supposed to be living in a saner environment. Tell yourself the truth. Tell yourself the truth. Some people just believe that the suffering must continue. The suffering must get to a level before people can talk. Or some people still believe that let the suffering continue. It does not matter. It's part of life. If you love the suffering, if you love the way things are going, good and fine. You can continue with it. It's not everybody that you want to cajole into that. It's not going to be possible. Oh, Biafra, the earlier the parasites start thinking of standing on their own, the better for them. The second, another war in Nigeria is not impossible. This time, Nigeria will survive it. Somebody should speak senses into the minds of these people. Their confusion is above mark. First, military school, civil war, IPOP and all that. Why not reason and have peace? Do you really have peace? This one is talking about the Igbos. Do you really have peace in Nigeria? See Esme. See Esme destroying the whole place. Unless maybe you are part of the people. Have peace. Have you been able to talk to all the Esme? Have you been able to talk to the president to do something about the Esme? The only governor that has called on the Buhari to speak on this Esme is still waiting. He's still waiting for him to speak. The people who are taking people's life, these people are talking about what they want. Some people are there, taking other people's lives. You are not saying anything about that. So that alone in itself is peace. People taking people's life, people encroaching on people's properties and making them, miserable. Is that sign of peace? In this person's opinion, is that sign of peace? And you are telling that these people do not even know what they want. The way things are going in disarray, is that how a saner environment should be? Nigeria desire peace and unity, and peace and unity we shall live. Let the Igbos or IPOP continue in their dream of Biafra Republic. That is dead and buried. When they wake up, they will find that it had been a piped dream. Operation Python, that was a dress rehearsal. The next is Operation Chameleon Cry. Chameleon can only cry in their graves. Someone say you are speaking nonsense, and it's really absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Those who are shouting that what we are experiencing in this country is the way to go, is a normal thing, they will never have peace. That is just the only thing. They will never have peace with what is going on in this country, and some people are still saying that is the way to go, that is the right thing to do, that is the direction to follow. They will never have peace. That is just the way it is. They will never have that peace. Someone says prepare for Prepare for his preparation, Oga Jubri, if you can. Okay, Nnamdi Kanu cannot be intimidated by your threat. So go on and do your worst. He will add more for his agitation for Biafra. Go ahead and continue writing. And someone says, there is no one Nigeria and has never been. You can be oppressing people and still force them to stay. You can't force them to stay. Mr. President, with due respect, we are tired of staying with you and we want to go. Someone says, Buhari, you are joking because there is no room for that anymore. You are wasting your saliva to hail with your zoo. This is absolutely not acceptable. The heat in the kitchen is eventually getting inside the president's room. You should have sensed for once. Tell any part of the world unity is being achieved by force. You are one of the person that is making the Igbos to think about having to get out of Nigeria because of your hate against our people. Let me remind you that in few years to come, other tribes in Nigeria will be demanding for the separation of this their own kingdom, Nigeria, because you people, the Hausa Fulanis, believe that Nigeria belongs to you. If other tribes can accept to be slaves to you people under one Nigeria, the Igbos can never do that. Rather, we are going to fight another whatever. It's really unfortunate. This person is talking about there's no need for war, because even Nnamdi Kanu has said he's going, you know, is going the way Amana is going with this Biafra agitation is not going to be the way it was being fought before, and that is the right thing to do. If one way is not achievable to what you really have in mind, you switch something else so that you can still achieve the same thing. You can't be doing the same thing and expect a different result. So there's no need for you go into what is doing a big work concerning this agitation, not taking of people's lives, no need of harming people and what have you. But the truth must be told. A lot of things that this guy has been exposing, I think that's one of the things that really hurting them. Who started this division? Like I always say, those who are talking about one Nigeria, they are the one paving way for people to even say they want to go their separate ways because they don't do the right thing. And unfortunate thing there is that those people from other places are working with them. The so-called leaders even in the Southeast are working with them because of what? Selfish interest. Nobody believes in a unity again, working together, talking for their people, speaking for their people. It's all about me, myself, and my family. Self. So guys, let us hear your opinion concerning this letter that we heard that the president wrote to the UK, telling them of what Nnamdi has been doing because they are reporting to their headmaster. Leave your comments below and let's have your take.